What's up? Welcome to another episode of Just Give Us a Minute.
Just give us a minute.
Your boy Smitty.
I'm L.
Hey, make sure y'all go to www.justgiveusaminute.com and get y'all some of this fresh merchandise. Look at that.
You know.
And like we always say,
Hey, we just want a minute at a time to put something on your mind. That's it. We just want to talk to you for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know? What we talking about today, man?
Hey, man, we're gonna just do our thing today, man.
Actually, 4 and 5. That's us, player. Come on, get on up out of here. We about to crash your pods. It's called a pod crash. Where my ladies at? Where my ladies at?
We here.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey. How y'all doing?
We doing fantastic.
You know what? I mean, we done made a couple of appearances, so I was just like, maybe let's just do it. Let's just crash. Like, what's up?
Yeah, here we are. And who do we have with us? So you all know Megan and myself. Yep. I'm Deneen. I'm Raphael's wife.
I'm Megan, Arian's wife. And we have...
I'm Jacky, Megan's best friend.
I'm Sean. I'm Neen's sister-in-law.
Yay. Hi, Sean.
Hey, Sean girls.
Hi. This should be fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to take up this time to put something on y'all's mind.
Exactly. The way we do it.
Way we do it. Yes, ma'am. So, Megan, I'll let you kick us off.
Yep. So, I was thinking about, because we was like, we gonna do this because they need to hear from us. So
right.
I'm thinking about Black women in America. And with everything that's going on, wanted to get y'all's thoughts, how y'all feel about being a Black woman in America today. So, Neen, Sean, whoever want to start.
We definitely Black.
We definitely are. We definitely Black.
Yeah, this conversation can go in so many directions. So when you say a Black woman in America, it depends on like what aspect are we coming from? Are we talking career?
All of the above.
All of the above. So
all of the above.
For me, I guess I'm okay with it. I don't know nothing else.
Right. How do you define yourself as that?
So for me, being Black in America is just understanding who I am. You have to find your lane, I guess. So my experience has been, obviously I have a corporate job. So it has been definitely a journey. I can honestly say I haven't had a whole lot of issues with looking the way I look in my job, which is a blessing because there is some diversity there. Yeah. But I've had some issues with folks because of how I can only, because of how I look. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, just say it, girl.
Within that, so,
these days, it's there, it's out there.
So what it did for me was it just made me grind harder to make sure that what I knew about what I do couldn't be like infiltrated. Like no one could, I know my job very well, so you can't come in and like try to do something scandalous and that kind of thing. But I dealt with people falsely accusing me of being discriminatory and all that kind of stuff. But I am still standing, and I work from a strong, like a moral base. So I work from integrity. But I love being Black.
I do, girl. Listen. So along the lines of, the whole corporate thing, with everything that happened this year with the racial injustice and all that, there was a lot more awareness brought to it. And I would say not even just in corporate, but just like in the world, period. And then I started thinking like, I really need to start embracing more of my Blackness. Like, like in terms of, for instance, I cut the side of my hair. I work in HR. Don't nobody have a haircut like that. Like, I only had one side shaved and the rest was long. And so I was like, this is who I am. The only way they're going to accept it is if I accept it and do what I'm going to do, as long as it's not, interfering with the way I work, my productivity. It shouldn't matter my appearance, of course they'll be professional, but if I want to shave the side of my head, I should be able to shave the side of my head. So
right.
Yeah, I would say that I work in education, so me being a Black woman has not affected me per se, like in the type of school that I teach at, or even the previous school that I taught. If anything, there were at a previous school I was teaching at, there was several people who looked just like me, and to me that was refreshing. That was beautiful. The only time I could say that I probably really encountered maybe like a difference of, oh, you wear your hair like that or something, is because at a previous job, we actually was dressing up like as superheroes, and I created my own superhero. I had this really bomb. It was like a blonde, multicolored wig, and I had on this black cape, and I was I was like a foxy diva. Okay, and I'll never forget, a manager asked me. She said, "Are you gonna wear your hair like that?" And I said, "Yes." And if there was a problem with it shouldn't be, because we have people that work on the floor who have purple, green, pink hair, and this is a wig, and I can take it off anytime that I want to. Right. And she almost looked at me like, "Oh, well, yeah." Because it's you can't comment to me about my hair or my choice of hairstyle. Number one, I'm being professional. It's not distracting. Like, I always follow protocol anyhow. That's just because of how I was raised. Had nothing to do with being Black. It was just, follow protocol. But I didn't notice that if I wore something different, or if I might wear like a dress that one of my counterparts might have on who is of a different race, they'll look at me first because of maybe how the cut is on the body as opposed to theirs. And so I've always noticed that can be intimidating, or having to code switch sometimes, or if you're congregating with other persons that look like you, that seems to sometimes pose a threat for whatever reason. It's almost kind of like, oh, what are you guys talking about? And like, we're just having a conversation.
We have to put on sometimes a little bit, Sean, I don't know if you had any experiences where you felt like you had to kind of draw back or dim your light a little bit.
No, I typically don't have that.
Yeah, issue. And I'll say for her, she's an entrepreneur, so
I get a lot of people who come and approach me because they want to know about my hair. I change it up a lot. And so when I did before, I did my own thing. And I did work in the hospitals. I just had a lot of people always approaching me, like, interested in how I do my hair, because they knew I did my own hair. So it wasn't really you can't wear your hair that way, or why are you wearing your hair that way? It was more of they were interested in how it was done. Or, when I was in college, I would have fellow students asking or making comments about, they always wanted to get their hair braided when they were little and have beads, and I'm like,
so making conversation about
that wasn't something that we always wanted to do. That was something that was, kind of forced upon us. Back in the day, we used to have to wear the aluminum foil at the end.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yes, we didn't have
we are so diverse, like we can do whatever we want. Like, I love that about us, about our culture.
Absolutely. And we're trendsetters. That makes it all the way better. So let me ask this, because one of the things as Black women, be it in America or wherever, balancing it all sometimes is a challenge. You know what I mean? How do you cope with balancing the role of being a woman and all that encompasses?
Yep. I'll start. I don't know. For me, I really have to tap into the mindset, like, because I'm one of those people, and Arian will tell you all day long, I literally feel like I can do anything. Like absolutely anything. Like, I feel like, I don't know, if I absolutely learn the game, I feel like I could be a professional basketball player. I feel stuff like stupid stuff. Like, I feel like I can do it. Right. I can, right? And so one of the things for me that I have to make sure that I do is have my mind right. So I work full time. And then before I graduated college, I was working full time, going to school full time, and then had just had Kendall, who was about a month old or so. And then being a wife on top of that. So I feel like when you have so many hats that you have to wear at one given time, it's easy to go crazy or let something fall to the wayside. I knew I couldn't let my marriage fall to the wayside. I knew I couldn't let my kid not get taken care of. So, I had to tap into my mind. I had to pray and be like, okay, like, anything is possible as long as you have the right mindset. So basically trying to stay positive is kind of what I found myself doing a lot, even to this day. I mean, now I'm 3 kids in, I'm not in school, but 3 kids in and still work full time and still a wife. So
yeah. Sean, you have a very interesting life. Sean has your life. I want to know how you do it, girl.
Hey, I just take everything as it comes. That's basically it for me. So I have a cake and treat business. I'm going to
yes, you do.
I do. We have a total of
6 of them.
Yeah, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
and
kids.
it's twins in the mix. There's only one girl in the mix. So it's a lot of male.
Right.
Energy. Like I said, I just take everything as it comes my way.
Yeah.
Every morning I get up, I'm like, okay, I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done. Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's it. You can't quit. Like, we don't have the option. Like,
no, not at all.
No.
We don't have the option. Now, I'll say smart and mature women don't have the option. There are some that'll give up. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have an option. We have to keep going. Period. Even when,
not to say that you don't feel like giving up.
Exactly.
We just don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to make things happen. That's just what it is. It's like,
that's it.
As women, you make things happen. The pressures, they're like, okay, I'm just gonna have to figure it out. Like, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to do this, this, and this. And you make it happen. That's a part of us being strong. I think,
Yeah.
It's like,
for sure.
You wake up every morning. Now, okay, I don't have children or whatever yet, maybe one day, but I don't have any children. And I still have to get up every morning and make things happen. I work, and especially teaching in a virtual environment right now it has a lot of challenges. I mean, it really does.
So you do have children. You have people.
I am.
You have to deal with other people's children.
But it is true. I think, like, as women collectively, like you guys said, I totally agree. You make it happen. You don't give up because something inside of you is saying, like, you know what? I have to be motivated to get it done. I'm going to pull together my resources. I'm going to get up. I'm going to rise, shine, and grind.
Yep.
Like, and that's what it is.
I feel like we have to work that much harder.
Right.
Like, to either, I don't want to say prove ourselves, but we get labeled a lot of things. Either we're the strong Black woman or we're the angry Black woman. So with all the pressures and things that we have, like, that we deal with on a daily basis, I can see how, those labels can fit us. Sometimes I do get angry, but I don't feel like I need to be labeled as the angry, Black woman.
Not only that, it's like, for those people, because not everybody has the strength and the will to push through. For those that are a little bit, more fragile and can't quite figure it out, it can be a totally different view of life. And that's the thing. Like, how do you get through those things, for those people that may be a little bit weaker and can't function, and a lot of that is happening in our society right now, especially in our community. And you see the effects of it in the behaviors, in the actions and stuff. So, but for me, my thing is I really try to spend time with myself to pour into myself, whether it be meditation, whether it be reading. Sometimes I'll just listen to music and just go into my own zone so I can refuel myself. So just figuring out what works for you to refuel yourself so you can have it to give to your husband, so you can have to give to your children. And like you said, staying positive, a positive mindset. The mindset is everything. If you give up and or see the glasses half empty all the time, you're gonna feel the effects of that. So it's truly that mindset. So you hit it on the head with that one.
You talked about having time and stuff for yourself. So I tried to do yoga for the first time.
How'd that go?
Right. First time the other day. Listen, I was so stressed out. Like I need to I can't watch the video at home. I need to go to a class because I really do feel like there's something about it that can release this energy, and you can have all this positive vibes and things, but when you're trying to look up from these positions and try to watch the video,
fell over.
So my suggestion for people who's looking for, that me time, maybe, meditating is a lot easier unless you want to go to a yoga class. Now, I'm not giving up. I'm going to get this yoga down because I feel like it's beneficial. But
there you go. Yeah. I also like guns.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you do. Yep.
I like to shoot guns. It's very empowering. So I feel like a badass. I just do.
Yes.
I got it.
Go.
And it ain't even about harming nobody or anything like that. It's about learning how to handle it, being confident with it.
Yep.
The technique and being on target, just being able to shoot and hit your target.
That's just a good skill to have, period. With shoot. These days you have to know how to shoot a gun, period.
Never know.
Never
know. Disclaimer, we're not promoting violence at all, but if you bring it on, we'll send that feedback your way.
We're very non-violent people.
I'm just saying, don't let the pretty face fool you.
No, y'all got things to choose from: yoga, meditation,
gun range.
Just make sure you go to the gun range when you shoot your gun.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Responsible gun ownership. That's what we're talking about. So let's change up the vibe a little bit. Let's talk about a fun fact about each one of us. So, I want to know a fun fact about each one of us.
Well, we know your fun fact.
What is it?
Guns.
Guns.
That's not a fun fact.
No.
It seemed like that was your fun fact.
What is my fun fact?
I don't know. I don't have one.
I didn't even really think about it before I came on here. It was something about me. Yeah, I need a minute. So y'all go ahead.
I'll let Jacky go. I will let her go if you have one. I cannot. I really don't know what a fun.
You don't seem very fun.
So define fun facts.
So okay,
were you laughing or were you just relaxing and stuff? Because I have an interesting fact about myself.
Okay, let's do that. What's the interesting fact?
Okay. Those close to me know that if the house has carpet and I got my socks, I'm wearing socks or whatever, because I really love crazy, all colored socks. I just do. I love socks. I ask for them every year for Christmas. Just throwing that out there, FYI. But I really like the sensation of carpet underneath my feet, so I will rub my feet in a circle. It is so relaxing.
If she come over and y'all got a bald spot on y'all floors, because she
is probably
and wax on and wax off.
Yes, my siblings, they hate it. They're like, "Oh, would you stop doing that?" It's the most annoying, but it's so relaxing to me. It is.
That's funny and interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really funny or interesting, but Chinese food, that's my favorite. I could literally eat Chinese food every single day, no questions asked. Every single day. And my favorite place, in case anybody want to get a gift card, is Bowling's.
But we've been there several times for occasion for you. Yep.
That's mine. I don't know if I got any other ones.
Let's work out.
Yeah, but I mean, people know that. I will work out, but I don't know if that's a fun fact. Skittles is my favorite candy. Did you think of one yet?
Who, me?
Yep.
Well, no, but I mean, because I just love to do everything, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, y'all can't be having me on camera sounding like I'm weird.
No,
like,
I have one.
We ain't got no.
It's for both of us, I think.
Oh, okay.
When I eat, I dance.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't know why. I be so happy.
If it's good,
I be like, yes.
Food.
I'll start dancing.
I dance when I eat. That's an interest. And
I used to sing a song, Fat People Dance When They Eat.
that's the song you were singing? How'd it go?
There you go.
Fat people dance when they eat. Fat people dance when they eat.
I like it. I'm still in it.
That all that people dance when they eat.
Yep.
That's all.
That's it.
No offense to fat people.
That's none.
It's just, metaphorically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We gotta get that copywritten and get a whole track.
Yeah. Oh, name, lyrics.
And another interesting fact, I recently took up the hobby of rapping.
Yes.
yeah, okay.
And I'm kind of good at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to be recording my song. EP dropping soon, 2021. I'm joking, but I'm
Hey, we got you on background vocals.
Listen,
We got you on background vocals.
I'm just gonna be the background dancer.
the dancer.
That's it.
And Megan, what you gonna do?
Oh no, I'm gonna do all the background. I'm gonna do all the ad libs.
Okay.
Yep.
No, Megan, yeah, you can sing.
Yeah, I'll do your
That got me.
chorus.
Oh, yeah.
I got
That for a single.
Shout out to the tenors out there, to the female
Female
tenors.
tenor.
Female tenors, I got you all day.
Oh my
All
god.
day, I got you.
That's funny. One more interesting fact about me, I have trouble closing drawers. So
What?
I'll open a drawer and get something out. And in my mind, I've closed it, but I'll go back and it's still open.
Is it because it's too full? Like you got too much stuff?
No, it's
Oh.
weird. It's just, I don't know if I black out. I don't know what happens. It's weird. My husband, he goes behind me and closes the drawers.
That
I'm trying to be more
Is
mindful.
that also with cabinets?
Yes, cabinets. It's anything I open. I open and I walk away and leave it open.
I only mentioned that because I was closing a lot of them on Thanksgiving.
It was kind of like Wheel of Fortune. You know how Dana goes and
right.
touches the thing.
What if she didn't do that? We wouldn't have a little fortune.
Yeah. She had that job.
Listen,
The easiest job ever.
and she probably rich off of that job.
Super.
Touching boxes. No, she used to have to spin them around, then they got fancy. She just had to
Touch it. Yep.
Yeah.
And she ain't even age.
No.
I don't even know how long Wheel of Fortune has been premiered. I know at least since the 80s, since we was kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, she hasn't aged. Her and Pat Sajak,
Girl.
exactly the same.
That what they call it. That plastic surgery, something else.
Right.
I don't know what they doing, but I don't want none of that. I'm good. That good black don't crack.
Mm-mm.
Right.
The good one.
So there was another topic I wanted to touch on that maybe, and it kind of goes back to one of the previous episodes in terms of friendships. So, and how we treat those these days, like for instance, either long time friend versus, now getting older and getting new friends and that dynamic. We didn't have this conversation with just the ladies. So the fellas had it on they what about your friends episode. So kind of want to see where you all's thoughts, specifically Jacky and Sean, because I know me and Dean, we kind of shared ours.
Yeah.
Where your thoughts are on new friendships as adults, and the whole endearing term of calling everybody your sis, and that type of thing. What defines a friendship, a true friendship, now that we're older and not kids?
That's the That's definitely a loaded question. Because I think with friendships, a lot of experiences come about, you know.
Yeah.
I think number one, to even be a friend, you have to show yourself friendly. Like there's a lot of people out there that don't have friends, and they'll get upset with people that have several friends. And it's like, well, that's because you're not friendly.
Right.
Like,
That's number one. Yeah.
like,
You're so rude.
like you're not friendly, or you're not showing yourself as nice. And it's not saying that you're shy. It's not saying that you have you're not approachable. It's just like, no, you're really not, you're not that friendly. So you might need to do some internal soul searching to see why maybe you ain't got no friends. I don't know. I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm saying like, I don't know. Me personally, I couldn't imagine my life without friends. I couldn't.
She
like
knows everybody. She's friends with everybody. She, just like Arian, does not meet a stranger. Like she will act like she has known you for years, forever. So she definitely shows herself friendly to everybody.
Megan shows herself friendly too. She did. Megan is not. Megan is not. What I will say is this.
I'm much more of an introvert than you.
Okay, that's true. That comes from personality, introvert, extrovert. I'll give you that. But when the original question that she was asking about like long-term friends and friends that you just meet, I think number one, a lot of that comes with like vibes and stuff. There's a lot of people that I've known for years, but I'm closer to some that I just met, say like a year ago, a year or two ago, because sometimes it's shared experiences that you guys have, or maybe new interests, or you guys talk more. That's it. For me, when it comes to friendships, it was really about like, what is our experience that we have together and stuff like that. Can I depend on you? Can I trust you? You seem like you're real cool. I don't have to tell you all of my business, but I know that if I call you, you can be there for me. Support is huge. Support is big. But I think sometimes too, we have good discernment to know who really is a friend. And if you really look at your friends, whether you've known them since you was 2 years old to now that you well into your late 30s and 40s, it's really about your friends will show you how to be a friend. Yeah, you should have friends in all seasons of your life, and you should know which seasons end and which seasons need to continue on. That's just me. And the term using sis, I kind of see that word as I see it like both ways. Sis as a term of endearment. Oh, what's going on, sis? How you doing, sis? You know, if I say, hey brother, how you doing? And if I say like sis, it's like no, because I literally see you as a sister, a part of my family. We're family. We done been through things together. We done shared life experiences. You done see me as my lowest moments and my high moments, etc. But I don't think that we necessarily have to be so closed off to having new friendships, because there's going to come a time when a perfect stranger could end up being right there for you when even your own closest friend couldn't be there. So I just think that it's vibe, experience, personality, and shared interests that help to really foster a good friendship. And you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. You can't, like, if you're a terrible friend, now's the time for you to get your life in order. Because if you ain't seen nothing else in 2020, now's the time to come together and be like, you need people.
But some people don't know they're horrible friends, though.
They don't know. They don't. You may know, but they may not know, and you can tell them and beat them over the head with it, but they just don't get it. Some people are they just don't know. They're selfish in that way, so they don't know that they're being a bad friend.
But you have lots of friends. And
I have a lot of associates.
Okay.
The majority of my friends are typically family.
Okay.
Now it's easy for me to meet people since I have a business and I do a lot of networking, but that doesn't mean they're my friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's definitely a difference.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
It is. And then we moved around a lot. And so I have more best friends than the norm. Like I probably should have a best friend for every
I got a lot of best friends too, girl.
So, you know,
I don't
but
have a lot of best friends.
yeah.
Neen, are you rude? Are you showing yourself friendly, Neen?
Sometimes I don't, but I am, and I'm working on it because
Right.
I've been let's see, I've had bad experiences, and not necessarily with friends, you know, because I've been close to family, I've been close to people that are not my family. So when I think for me it was just about the experience. So the experience of having someone do me a certain way, I'm like, you know what, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
So block everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting in, right? So but lately I've been more open to friends.
It's a new
No, for real. I'm very friendly. If you want to be my friend, I'm about to solicit your friend.
Do you have a friendship application?
Here's the criteria.
right.
Now, but I'm cool though. Once you get to know me, I'm cool. I'm not a person I'm not overly outgoing. I sometimes can seem closed off, but you speak, I speak back, or I may speak to you and you got one time not to speak back and I'm never speaking to you again. So
No, that's real. I feel like from a friend standpoint, I have to check myself a lot because she's like a great friend. I'm like, shoot, did I call Jacky this week?
Yeah, but that also goes back to her not having kids and you having kids.
That's true too. And she understands that.
It does. Because we get so wrapped up in our families that we forget sometimes. Because I'll do it with me. She'll be like, hey, I ain't talked to you this week.
Right.
Her kids are older than mine. So they, you know, they can go off and do what they want to do. Mines are constantly
Mama. Yep. Girl, yes. And Jacky understands that. I'm like, dang, Jacky called me like, shoot, I need to call her back. Like,
okay, I might not have kids, but there's times where I forget to call Megs and check in on her because I'll be asleep.
Right.
And I tend to leave my phone on the do not disturb. Like I switch it between, like Meg is one of my favorites. And then sometimes I'll just put it on like no one on do not disturb because I really want to get my naps in. Like I really enjoy taking naps.
Right.
Anytime I can. Anytime.
Look, what are those?
Yes. Anytime.
That is hilarious. Yeah.
I've acquired a really close relationship with Sean, and April, who's not here, who's supposed to be here. Okay. I'm putting it out there. She went and got her a new car, so I'm looking forward to riding around in our Lexus.
Right.
Absolutely.
The 2020 model. But so I've acquired a great friendship with her because we have shared experiences. We have things that we had in common. We related to each other really, really well. So it was easy. And so that's been really cool. But she's more outgoing, and like you said, the friendship is work. She does we work. I call her. We call each other. I'm getting better because I won't call. Like sometimes I just don't want to talk to nobody. It's not anything personal. I just want to not talk to anybody. I talk to people all day.
Yep, me too.
I turn it off, and I just, I'm in that space. But friends are good to have because it's great to have a good support system around you. Positive people, like-minded people that want to see you win. Like our circle of friends, for the most part, we love each other and we show that to each other.
Right.
We're honest with each other, so you never really get the chance to be shady because we're gonna call you on the carpet like right then when you do some weird stuff. Like, what was that?
Right.
Right.
What are you doing? Yeah. So we don't.
But you got to.
That's the big piece about being a friend is being able to check them when they wrong and give them a pat back when they right.
Yeah,
you also have to know how to check them too, because I have found that you can't talk to all of your friends
the same way.
You can't. If you know your friends, you know how you're supposed to present certain things with them. Like you can tell in a text message, like, okay, you know what, they not having it today. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let them have some time. Or I could tell what an okay means or what this means, stuff like that, because you have that bond with them. Everything is about me and Megs. Like we've known each other since kindergarten, but me and Megan didn't become best friends until we was at KU together.
College,
Like seriously, but we've known each other our whole entire lives. But it's just, you know, we grew up in 2 different cities after. Well, I left after kindergarten, so
but 2 different junior high,
high 2 different high, all of that.
Same college is where we kind of came back,
and the rest, you know, the rest is history. But I will say that with Megan, one of the things that I'm really blessed about is, for sure, is that Megan is a friend. A friend. And that's no shade whatsoever to my other friends.
To her other best friends.
No, but what I mean by that is like, it does not matter. Literally, like if I call Megan, I know she's going to like stop what she's doing and she's going to be there or find a way to
get there.
To get there. Like it's crazy. And we can talk about everything from, it don't matter, to food to let me tell you about what happened yesterday. And just laugh and stuff like that. And that's a refreshing friendship. Like I say, like it's not hard. I don't think your friendships have to be hard. Like I said, you know, we talk about putting in the work. Your friendships, regardless if y'all been friends for 20 years, 30 years, 10, 5, your friendship should not be hard. Literally, you have to make healthy deposits into that friendship in order for it to blossom, in order to reap those benefits and stuff. So I just hope that everybody's trying to intentionally be better friends to their friends, because, and then when the season is up, like you said to me, you know, it's time to,
you know, when it's time
to I've had to do it. 2020 has been an awakening year for me. There are some relationships that just I can no longer carry them for any further, so they just ended. And you know, really just making the decision to put people in my life or allow people in my life that bring value. You know, if you're not for me and it's always some petty stuff and you assume things about me and you don't come talk to me about it and talk to everybody else about it, then we really didn't have a connection for real. Because all it takes is to have it. Most disagreements come from misunderstandings, misconceptions, you know, all those types of things, miscommunication. And people don't want to take the time to have hard conversations. And that's really what it takes. But I'm happy with my circle that I have, and I'm going to keep pouring into those people because they pour into me. And, you know, I love who love me. And if you don't love me, then, you know, like my husband says, his favorite word. That part.
Right, we got to get the card ready.
Yeah, it comes from the middle finger. Because okay, I'm sorry, I gotta get off me because I been and said some stuff. Let's change the subject.
Right.
But no, friends are great.
They are.
Friends are great. They are until they're not.
That part. But 2020, you said it, 2020, it's just opened up people's eyes to just a lot of things. Like, it's like, first of all, I never thought I would be living through a pandemic. Like, who does that? Like, where did this even come from?
I can tell you.
Right.
No, let me blame it. China. No, okay.
It's crazy though. It's like so much has happened. So I know we're kind of coming up on time here. So I think there was one more topic that I was thinking about, and that was our Black men. So we haven't really talked about them, which they're a part of us. And so wanted to kind of see how everybody felt about, obviously, this year, what happened in the George Floyd situation, and how sometimes we can be, people can tear our Black men down, but then when something happens to them, it's like, oh, our Black kings this, our Black kings that. And so I want to get y'all's perspective on the Black man and how you feel like maybe we could better support them, or if you feel like that's their issue. Make sense?
Good. It's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. You have to you have to love them as they're all we got. You know, we're a pair. Black man, Black woman. That's the foundation of, you know, well, Black woman started everything, but the foundation of our community is the strong Black woman together. So for me, like my husband is he's a high priority for me. He's important to me. So I want to make sure he leaves this house feeling good. You know, he's in a good headspace. So it starts at home with how you interact with each other. Because you can say anything out in the public, but behind closed doors, it's the complete opposite. So it's just really taking it serious in cultivating a positive relationship with your Black man, if that's your choice. Because I know a lot of people have other
choices. Absolutely.
So for me, I'm very heterosexual. So I love my Black man, and I think Black men are dope. I think they come in, you know, it depends on what you want. If as a Black man, you are a decent person, you're taking care of your children like you're supposed to, you're just a kind individual, but you're also a protector, and you know when to bring that gorilla out. You know, do all of those things. And then you also, I want to be able to learn from, like my husband, we learn from each other. So, you know, there has to be that. So just, he teaches me new things. I teach him new things. It's just about bringing value to that communion, and then that will flourish our community at some point if we can get it together at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, you hit the nail right on the head. It starts at home. And you know, it's sad to say, but there's not a lot of Black strong family foundations. It's not, you know, when you have a good man at home that maybe didn't even come from a good foundation, to be able to know that he still has that embedded in him to be a good person, that's definitely something that we should cherish and kind of help cultivate even more. Like you mentioned, like making sure that they're in a good headspace, making sure that they're relaxed, making sure they feel safe. You know, it's one thing to have a mindset that they have to go out and fight the world all the time, and then have to come home and do it, you know? So no, that's very, very important. And like you said, it's we're the foundation. Like we make, you know, that strong family bond, which then spreads out to generation, and hopefully will, you know, have us not be more statistics, you know, like we've been in the past.
So. And do you want to say something? Okay. The other thing I was going to say, you know, there's, like you said, there's cracks in our foundation as the Black family, right? There's structurally, we're just not sound.
Right.
Not. And once you identify that in your generation, like in your life, and you have that family, you have to make the decision to make that change. So, you know, my mother didn't, you know, I love my mama. She loves me. I know that, but she did the best that she could.
Right.
With the tools that she was given.
Yep.
So she wasn't, you know, very loving, and we didn't hug, and we didn't do all that. So I find myself sometimes, and maybe that's why I'm maybe sometimes unfriendly. I don't come across unfriendly. Don't hug me, get off me.
Right. Embedded.
But you have to know yourself. You have to know what you come from, identify it, and figure it out. Do you want to continue? Because what I learned from my mother is certain things that I didn't want to carry on. Like I want my kids to feel this way. I don't want them to feel that way. So we have to start seeing and taking action to change some of the behaviors to create more loving environments, and not arguing with each other all the time. I grew up, you know, in that I don't like to argue. I fuss. I don't know what the difference is. I fuss.
Fuss, don't argue. There's a difference. There is.
But I don't argue. Like we don't hit below the belt. You know, that type of stuff. We ain't calling each other names and beating each other down spiritually and emotionally. That's for the birds. Like, it's time to change things around and empower each other, because we are truly all we got. We only have each other, and we gotta step up to the plate and try to do better by one another, for real.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You have to remember, I know one thing too about, like, we also, as Black women, we need to make it a practice to speak to our Black males, especially when we see them in public. Hey, how you doing, brother? Hey, how you doing? Just an acknowledge, because because 2020, the way that it is, everybody needs to see each other, like an acknowledgement, because you never know, you might have saved that person from committing suicide.
Yeah.
So
they felt seen. So you have to speak to. Anytime I see a Black man, I'm like this: hey, how you doing, brother? Or acknowledge, how you doing, sir? Because it's important. I feel like that's uplifting, just letting them know you're not in this fight alone. Like, I'm with you. You know, but then, you know, even with this fight, we have to be accountable for our actions. Black men have to be accountable for their actions too. So we as Black women need to hold our Black men accountable. And we also need to be their peace of mind and stuff too. So even if that's with your brothers, that, you know, your biological brothers or your homeboys or your cousins or whatever, hold them accountable, speak life into them, you know, love them, because I think that goes a long way. Genuinely, like, ask them, like, no, how are you doing? Like, I really want to hear how you're doing, because that's the reason why I think sometimes there's that disconnect between us Black men and Black women, is because we're not sitting down and conversing with one another to understand, where are you at right now? You know, what's going on with you? How can I uplift? How can I encourage?
You are really convicting me right now.
And listen, you know, and listen sometimes.
I have family members that really do need somebody to reach out to them and ask that question of, how are you? Like, what's going on? And we're so focused on the bad that the person has done in the future that we can't get past that. And we just look at them like, oh, here they come. You know, that type of thing, as opposed to doing exactly what she just said and say, reach out, you know, check on them, ask them how they're doing. So yeah, you convicted me, whatever.
But it's still okay. It's still like, you still have to have healthy boundaries though.
You do.
You have to have healthy boundaries with that though, because sometimes, you know, some people can get into a stir and they keep going and going, like, okay, I need you to be uplifted. I need you to come on out of that. Come on. And stuff. But I'll never forget, you know, my first lady, she had said one time when we was at like a women's encounter, we was at church, whatever, she said, you have to speak to the king in him. If you speak to the king in him, he will speak to the queen in you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And I said, that is so powerful. If we are treating each other with respect and we're loving on our men like we're supposed to, but also loving on ourselves, because it goes both ways, I think that you can really foster a better, healthy relationship and feel like, you know what? I got somebody in my corner that's rooting for me, that's cheering for me, rather than tearing me down and stuff. But again, that accountability comes in there too, because oftentimes we think like, oh, you know, oh, we always telling him this and this. No, I'm trying to help you be accountable, because if you have certain goals and aspirations in your life, you got to show me something. Show me that you're working for that.
Yeah.
You know, you can go out there, you can do it. You can do it. You can make things happen, because that's what we got to do. We have to stick together. So let's empower and let's encourage each other. And I guarantee you, we'll see everything turn around.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's good.
It's always a us against them, like, mentality in our community for whatever the reason is. Rather than, and we just don't realize how strong we really, really are together. If everybody just take your ego out of it and, you know, stop judging everybody all the time. And I don't know, just be more positive with each other. We need love.
We need love. We need friendships. We just, hearts everywhere.
Care Bear stare.
We need love. But yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm being attacked.
About what?
Bolo, girl.
I'm trying not to talk about the dogs, but they just show up.
That is
You licked my whole
hilarious.
arm. You just licked my whole arm.
Yeah.
Your arms are sitting over the wet.
Well, this has been good. I feel like
Yeah.
Heard y'all say love.
We'll have to do
Good
the
conversation.
podcast.
What'd you say?
I said we're gonna have to do the PodCRASH again.
Yeah, and we're gonna start one with just the ladies.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't want to say what it's called because I don't want anybody to steal the name, and I don't know if some. Yeah, but it's
Well,
gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And then on there, I'm a rap for everybody. So they can-
yes.
I have
Bars.
to come up with a rap name. Don't you have to have a rap name if you're a rapper? I
Usually,
mean, I'm not a rapper per se. Rap.
listen, everybody shoot me 3 ideas. Let her choose.
I would start my rap career after 40. Look, my twerk game ain't that good no more.
You gotta go get your couple of tattoos though too.
No, I'm not doing that.
Make sure you get me on your neck.
She said you
You won't see it, though.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
funny.
ladies, it's been fun.
Yay! This has been great. Great conversation on Just Give Us a Minute.
Just give us a minute. We're your new co-host.
Y'all just let them know in the comments what y'all think about having us on. If there's any topics you want to hear about from us. Why is he in the...
Sir, nobody asked for you. No one.
Where you at, El?
This has been great. He's sitting over
No one
here.
asked for you yet.
I'm listening to this foolish shit.
Hey, man. Y'all done took over our show.
And this, hey,
Completely.
to change the name on my thing, the podcast. I
We'll
don't.
be back next week.
Hey, don't. You know what I mean? The only good thing I heard was speak to him like he a king. That was the only jewel I heard.
Bless your
Oh
heart.
my goodness.
I need to get up off our show though. For real.
Whatever.
Well,
Bye, y'all.
we'll see y'all. But
Bye.
just give us a minute of time.
Yeah.
Because the queens will put something on your mind.
Okay.
All right. We don't know what happened there.
Now that that's over with,
Now that the testosterone is back,
I feel the masculine energy coming back.
you feel it?
Hold up.
There it is. I smell it too.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they done took up all the time, man. I guess we'll be back next week, man.
Yeah, we have to come back next week, man.
Well, you know, this
But
been,
I appreciate them giving their take on some stuff. They had some good stuff to say.
yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, good stuff to say, ladies. Yeah. So hey, we just need y'all to.
This is our show, okay?
That's a fact.
So, like we always say, just give us a minute of time
To put something on your mind. Hey, like and subscribe, man. We trying to get this done so we can bring this good information, these good
Get you
talk.
some merch, as my kids would say, merch.
Yeah. We're just trying to put something on your mind, and from grown people's perspective, all of us are over 40. So, we've been through a lot of life. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of stuff that we can rap with you about that maybe you going through and you just need to hear a good word. So, hang out with us. We do a lot of stuff. We do fitness. We do business talk. We do all type of stuff. So just hang out with us. We married men. You know what I'm saying?
Dope episodes coming up too, man. It's crazy thing is the next couple of episodes is geared towards the ladies, man. So ladies, tap in with us, man. It's not just a male dominant, show like you may typically see with sports and different things like that. We touch on real life issues. So definitely, like he said, like, subscribe, share, get everybody involved, man. But hey, we'll see y'all next week.
Hey, like and subscribe. Keep it 100.